Today, we're diving into a story where rumors, relationships, and the internet's obsession with controversy all collide. Joe Rogan recently weighed in on the buzz surrounding Charlie Kirk's wife and a supposed secret romantic relationship that has the internet completely fired up. It's a classic case of online gossip meets high-profile personality, and Rogan's take cuts right to the heart of the matter. So let's break down what happened and what it says about our modern media landscape. Charlie Kirk, known for his outspoken political presence, has long been a polarizing figure. He's built a career on being provocative and having strong opinions, which means he's always had both dedicated supporters and fierce critics. So it is not entirely surprising that when whispers started circulating online about his widow's private life, it didn't take long for social media and news outlets to latch on to the story. The internet loves drama, especially when it involves someone in the public eye. Joe Rogan, who is never one to shy away from tackling cultural drama, decided to share his perspective on this during a recent podcast episode, and his insights are worth paying attention to. He didn't just rehash the gossip. He looked at the bigger picture of how these situations spiral out of control and the human cost involved. On his show, Rogan pointed out just how quickly and intensely stories like this can blow up. He described the shockwaves that ripple through media circles, explaining how a simple feeling of surprise or a bit of speculation can morph into a full-blown controversy in just a matter of hours. Think about it. What starts as an unverified rumor on a small forum or a single social media post can suddenly become front-page news. This all happens because of how the online echo chamber works. One person shares it, then another, and before you know it, algorithms push it to the top of everyone's feed. Rogan emphasized that the speed is what's so staggering. There's often no time for fact-checking or even for a moment of reflection before the narrative is set in stone, and everyone has already formed an opinion. One of the major themes Rogan really dug into was the concept of privacy, specifically that tricky balance between what the public is curious about and where personal boundaries should be drawn. He made a crucial point. While public figures like politicians or commentators often accept that they'll lose a layer of privacy as part of their job, the people connected to them, like their spouses or, in this case, their widows, shouldn't automatically become fair game for intense public scrutiny. It's a reminder of how the media's relentless hunger for clicks and engagement can sometimes lead journalists and content creators to cross ethical lines. The pressure to be the first to report on a juicy story can overshadow the responsibility to consider the human impact on people who never signed up to be in the spotlight in the first place. Another fascinating point Rogan made was about the mechanics of how unverified claims spread like wildfire online. He talked about how a single post, a cropped screenshot, or a random comment can snowball into a viral narrative before anyone even thinks to check the facts. It's a phenomenon we see all the time. Rogan questioned whether the public, and that includes journalists and content creators, takes enough responsibility before hitting that share button. He highlighted the danger of amplifying stories that can cause real, lasting damage to people's lives. It's easy to get caught up in the drama and forget that there are real human beings at the center of these online storms. Rogan's commentary serves as a powerful call for more critical thinking and a bit more hesitation before we contribute to a potentially harmful narrative. He also touched on the long-term impact of these situations, which is something that often gets overlooked in the heat of the moment. Stories like this don't just affect the person at the center of the gossip. They can also shape how people remember public figures like Charlie Kirk and permanently influence his widow's personal reputation. In Rogan's view, this is all part of a bigger, more troubling issue with today's outrage culture. It feels like everyone has a platform to be a critic, and empathy often gets lost in the noise. The rush to judgment is immediate, and the consequences can be devastating and long-lasting. It's not just about a few days of trending topics. It's about how a person's legacy and personal life can be forever tainted by a rumor that may not even be true. So, after hearing all this, what do you think? Should the families of public figures be considered completely off-limits when it comes to online gossip and media speculation? Or is it all fair game in today's fast-paced, always-on media world where public interest often trumps privacy? It's a complex issue with no easy answers. I'd love to hear your take on this. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this breakdown interesting, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next deep dive into the stories everyone is talking about. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.